Now, here's another really popular question that several schools asked. Let me name check them. Hopefield Primary School. Hello. Netherthird. Stromness, Wellshot, Karen Giffnock Primary, P5, East Renfrewshire again. And Torfichan Primary School. Probably not pronouncing that properly. Where do you get your ideas from?
Remembering things, seeing things, hearing things, looking at things, and you collect them up. And I collect them up in notebooks. Look, do you see this? I go about with notebooks and I scribble things down. This is what's called my little notebook, you see, and I scribble anything that comes down there. It says, what does it say? Runs away. That's not a very helpful note, was it?
I
know, that was up. You know why that? That's because I had to go and see where the wild things are and go on the radio and talk about it. So I was sitting in the cinema writing, and I think my little boy turned the paper around just to make it hard for me. Helpful. There's something there about where broccoli comes from. If you go to my website, you can find out where broccoli comes from. It comes from very large green men's armpits. Not many people know that. Yeah. And then I've got there, he was a balloon bully. He bullied balloons. He pushed them about, shoved them up against a wall. So look, I'm making notes there. Can you see that? Can you see that on the camera there? There's my notes. And then it moves from the little notebook to the big notebook. And this notebook comes from France. It says Clairefontaine. Do you know what that means? Clear fountain. And there we are, look, and it gets even messier. There, look at me trying to write a poem. You see, you don't write poems, it doesn't come out right first time, and the longer you do it, the messier it gets. This was going to be all about a poem that could be like a song that I could do when I first meet people, and it turned into, gonna use my feet today, gonna keep the beat today, don't know who I'll meet today, gonna use my... Look out for the lies today, try to be wise today, gonna have no fears today, never mind the tears today, gonna use my mind today, leave bad things behind today, see what I can find today, gonna use what I got today, how and where and what today, gonna use the lot today, gonna use what I got today. So that came about out of all that scribbling. But I certainly didn't get it right to start off with. So whenever you sit down and write, and you've got that blank piece of paper and you've said that today is tomorrow, that sort of thing, all right, remember, you won't get it right first time and it doesn't matter. You can scribble and change and change and scribble. And you're all writers, every one of you. You write more than ever I did when I was at school, I promise you. We just used to have to sit still. Go to school and sat still for 7 days. What are you doing? I'm at school.
I bet you didn't sit still, Michael.
How did you guess?
A very good question comes here, Michael, from Maeve MacLeod at Our Lady of the Missions in East Renfrewshire. It's a small question, but it's a big one. What is a poem?
What is a poem? Well, poems are lots of different things. In the olden days, people knew exactly what a poem was. There was rhyme and rhythm. But these days, with poems, you can say anything you want. Usually, we have an idea that you can say interesting things in a small space. So you don't have to spread very big. You can use one piece of paper. And if you've got something interesting or important, something that matters to you, you can say it. It could be just one little thing. It could be what something is like, and it reminds you of. Like sometimes I travel in the underground in London, the tube, and I quite often think about what a strange idea that we're all squeezed into this tube. It's beginning to sound like something, isn't it? We're squeezed into the tube, and then we come out of the tube. You see, I'm thinking what it's like. It doesn't have to be any bigger than that.
That girl's crying with laughter again.
Is she? Oh dear.
She's thinking of the bendy
Well, if
thing.
you come to London, we'll squeeze you into a tube and then we'll squeeze you out of it. And if you end up tasting like toothpaste, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.